Como, Quebec. Hi, everyone. This is Paul Beauregard along with Sam Dubé. Beautiful day for the French Connection competition there, Sam.
Great to be back with you here, Paul. Today we've technically got the Quebec provincial qualifier for the Canadian Strongman Championships. Quebec has a very great and long tradition of strength, and these men are their descendants.
No smiles, big attitudes, 12 competitors. Let's begin with the lineup right away. Steve Bourgeois, 32 years old, 1.91 meters, 150 kilograms. Sam?
Steve Bourgeois is from Châteauguay, Quebec. He came in 6th at the 2001 Canadians.
Also in the lineup, Frankie Bono, 30 years old, 1.73 meters, 111 kilograms.
The shortest man at the contest. He's built like a bulldog. He came in 7th at the Canadians last year.
Justin Paulin, 28 years old, 1.91 meters, 137 kilograms.
This is the defending Quebec Strongman champion. He was the champion for the last 2 years and won at Hugo Gerard's Partners.
Roberto St. Pierre, 35 years old, one of the oldest guys in the lineup, 1.80 meters, 109 kilograms.
A world bench press champion here to test his mettle against the best strongmen in Canada.
Christian Savoie, 26 years old, 1.93 meters, 132 kilograms.
From Windsor, Quebec, this butcher has an incredible grip.
Dominic Filiu, one of the heavy boys, 25 years old, young as well, 1.96 meters, 186 kilograms.
This young man is absolutely awesome. He'll come in the top 4 for sure.
One of the young guys, Martin Tremblay, 24 years old, 1.88 meters, and 107 kilograms.
From Chicoutimi, the student of administration is also a doorman, has an Olympic lifting background.
Stéphane Boucher, 32 years of age, 1.88 meters, and 110 kilograms.
This paper mill operator has a powerlifting background, and he took some time off recently.
And one attitude as well, Jesse Snadden's in the lineup, 19 years of age, 1.83 meters, and 130 kilograms.
He's a student and a law clerk. He is definitely the youngest man in the competition.
One of 2 brothers in the competition today, Daniel Hull, 30 years of age, 1.86 meters, and 119 kilograms.
This postal worker from Mirabel told me that he likes to suffer during training.
His brother, Jean-Pierre Houle, 22 years of age, 1.75 meters, and 105 kilograms.
This guy bench presses over 500 pounds and trains with his brother at Mirabel.
I hope he does train. He's going to need it. Yannick Normandin is 29 years of age, 1.91 meters, and 139 kilograms.
This is a seasoned competitor, a powerlifting champion, squats over 700 pounds, also a Vanier Cup winner.
My biggest competition is myself. I got to stand from making errors.
Is there a personal competition between me and him? He says that there's too many guys with attitude, but he's one of the biggest, so I'm here to show that attitude's not everything. It's who's the strongest is going to come out on top.
Strong words from the main challenger to the champion.
This is the DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series on TSN, and we'll be back after the break.
Look forward to the stone. I want to load that big mama there. The big number 5. She's going up.
Does he mean 5 stones or 5 events, Sammy?
He means the 5 stones. These are also known as the Atlas or the McGlashan stones. They come from a very long tradition. These stones mass 110, 120, 140, 150, and 175 kilograms, respectively.
First competitor, Jean-Pierre Houle. Let's see how many he pulls up.
The difficulty here is in the roundness and the fact that there's no handles on the stones. You can see each competitor has to bend over, squat down, grab the stone, pull it to their chest, and lift it onto the pedestal.
How about the pain in the arms? What exactly is the product they have on the arms right now?
They have something called tacky on their arms. It's a combination of rosin and turpentine, which it becomes very, very sticky, and it helps them to grip the stones, especially on their forearms.
How about injuries in this competition?
Well, these are seasoned athletes. These guys have prepared by practicing on the event, so the chance of injuries is minimal. You'll see that many of these competitors will wear a belt, which will increase the intra-abdominal pressure and relieve pressure from their spine.
And once again, the hernias will be taken care of, too.
Exactly.
Now, Sammy, is there a time factor in this event?
Yeah, 90 seconds. They have 90 seconds to load all the stones. Jean-Pierre here is working, I believe, on the 4th stone. It's 150 kilograms with 331 pounds. Once again, Paul, this is not like lifting a barbell in the deadlift at all.
Seems to be very strenuous on the forearms, too.
It's strenuous pretty well everywhere in the body, even the chest, because you have to pull the stone right into your torso when you're squatting to pull the stone up onto the pedestal.
And you can't lose balance.
You really don't want to lose balance here, Paul.
He's taking his time. See, no, he drops. He drops after number 4, Sammy.
So he got 3 stones, and that time, the 29 seconds, was for getting 3 stones. Here's Dominic Filiu.
When I was mentioning to you that size might not mean everything, I don't know about this guy. I think he's the biggest one in the lineup.
He definitely is. He is absolutely awesome. He weighs over 400 pounds, 6'5". His arms measure 23 inches cold. I tell you, I think they're bigger because I've measured arms from Johnny Perry in the U.S. was 25 inches. And these arms, they look bigger.
I wonder what kind of diet these guys are on there, Sam.
Well, actually, many of them don't eat a lot more than what the average person who weighs 400 pounds eats, Paul.
He seems to be doing quite well, but pauses for a moment here.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing. This is good strategy. He's catching his breath. He lifted the 4 first stones very easily. You can hear the crowd. They love this.
Indoor crowd.
That's right. I love the Quebec people. They are so passionate about strongman. They're wonderful to perform in front of.
Now, has Dominic been injured to his left knee, or is that
Yes.
just protection?
Actually, Dominic told me he dislocated his left knee in training. So that's why he's got it all wrapped up, and it is a factor here. Now, you can see he's having difficulty keeping the stone to his chest. He needs to pull in closer to his body in order to lift that stone up onto the platform. He's slapping his arms again to make the tacky sticky, to bring out some spikes in the tacky. Look at the shoulder girth.
Maybe a little focus as well. Maybe a little concentration. Oh,
Asking about the time. I think it's 10 seconds left.
gives up.
This young man has not even scratched his potential. As you can see here, I believe he's lifting the 4th stone. Look at that technique. See how he walks in like
Yep.
Sisyphus, the Greek hero.
All right, next up.
Steve Bourgeois. This is a real thinking man, strongman here. I really like Steve.
Quite eloquent, rather.
He is. He really made some great improvements in the last couple of years. He sustained a shoulder injury a couple of years ago and recovered from that. He's been practicing very diligently on the events. His background is rugby and some powerlifting.
Good in PR as well. Seems to be the crowd pleaser.
Definitely, definitely. Look at that. Very good technique.
There you go.
Now, he has lifted the 5th stone in training. So we'll see what the cards hold for him today, Paul. Getting his tacky ready. Still has quite a bit of time left. See, they need to take
I've
these
noticed
breaks.
I've noticed they kind of rush into the first 3 stones, and then they pause for the 4th as they move on with the clock.
Well, that 5th stone at 386 pounds or 175 kilograms is really, really 2 armfuls.
Okay, how many times have you tried, Sam? Come on.
Well, I hear that you're pretty good at one event, and that's the 12-ounce curl, Paul.
Thank you very much for the
Look at
color
that.
comment.
He can get it off the ground. He's got to pull it in up higher, set it on his thighs, lean back, squat into it, pull it to his chest. He's having difficulty.
He's struggling. That's it. That's it. But he seems to be happy with his time.
That was an excellent effort by Steve Bourgeois.
I got to train a little more, I guess. I've done the 5th one, but not at a competition. That's where I'm working my conditioning a little bit. I'm a little out of breath, but I'm happy with that time. Knew how to get the 4 fast, and I think I did pretty good, so hope it stands up.
All right, next up.
We have
Jason Poulain.
Quebec's strongest man. Look at him manhandle that 242-pound stone. There goes 264.
Now, I've noticed that most of the guys are over at 25 or practically over 30 years old as well.
That's a very good observation, Paul. It takes quite a long time to develop the tendon strength to handle these incredibly awkward, massive weights. Now watch him stalk that 5th stone. Jessen was one of the first men in the world, along with Travis Lynn, to lift the 5th stone in official competition. Look at that.
He's doing it.
Now you know why he's Quebec's strongest man.
And the crowd loves him, too.
That's right. He is a character. Jessen
What a
Poulain.
performance.
Awesome. Awesome. Now he's loaded all 5 stones. Now look at that technique. Leans back sufficiently, pulls the stone up high. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall and deposits on the platform. Look at that. There's victory for you, Paul.
Seems to be using the lower part of his abdomen as well.
That's right.
Yannick Normandin is up next.
He's a seasoned competitor. As I mentioned before, won the Vanier Cup back in '99. He squats well over 700 pounds in powerlifting competition.
Now, does the belt help for the abdominals as well as the back muscles?
Many competitors like the belt a lot of times because they push on it with their abs and allows them to lift more. Some competitors find it gets in the way, so it's a personal preference.
He's going very fast.
He is. He's 305 pounds. A lot of them say he looks like a smaller version of Hugo Girard.
Is Hugo Girard in attendance
He
today?
is in attendance, and I get to interview him later. Oh, look at that. He's happy.
The scream of joy.
That's right. He's going for that big stone now.
The big number 5.
And did you know that there's a legendary sixth stone?
No.
Is used to crack 411 pounds. Apparently, Hugo Girard's getting pretty close to putting it on the platform.
Look at this. Look at this. That's it. That's it. Seems satisfied with this time. Now the judges have tabulated the score for the first event. In the lead, Jason Poland, the only guy to lift 5 stones with 12 points, followed by Steve Bourgeois and Dominic Filiu. The DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series continues on TSN after this. The crowd is ready for the next event, but first, we have the Strongman Chronicle. Strongman Chronicle, brought to you by DeWalt. Strongman Chronicle, with Eric Murray, Strongman Historian.
Canada has a long and rich history in strength, and Quebec in particular has been called the cradle of strongmen. In this series, we will profile a few of our most outstanding strongmen.
Camera, action!
Charles, Adrian, Jean, Antonio, Lionel, and Paul. They were the Baillargeon brothers and the strongest family in Canada. Born in Saint-Magloire, Bellechasse, Quebec, the Baillargeons were all successful professional wrestlers, but they were strongmen first, and each had his favorite feat. Charles pulled loaded buses with his teeth. Adrian put the massive Jowett dumbbell overhead with one hand. Jean raised 3,000 pounds in a harness lift. Lionel curled 2 fingers around a 270-pound barbell and threw it overhead. Antonio did repetition squats with 550 pounds. And Paul, the strongest of them all, standing 6'3" and weighing 235 pounds, executed a 321-pound bent press with his right arm. Another of his most spectacular exhibitions was climbing up a ladder with a 1,500-pound horse in tow. The Baillargeons were indeed Canada's first family in strength.
All right, Sammy, second event, the crucifix, straight out of the Middle Age.
The purpose of this event is to hold 2 axes out at arm's length. They weigh 27.5 pounds each, and it's a particularly grueling and painful event.
Stéphane Boucher is the first competitor for this event.
Now you can see the difficulty here is in holding those axes about ear level, and the arms have to be straight. Now some competitors have difficulty with arm lock. Others have hyperextensive elbows.
Already movement, a little shaking. I wonder.
Now the thing here, Paul, you'll notice that although he's shaking, he's trying to maintain the same position. Stéphane's arms there aren't hyperextensive. He has difficulty extending his arms, and that's just the limitations in his elbows.
Has to be level as well.
Exactly, exactly. Now judging this is particularly tricky. Just so you know, Hugo Girard holds the world record in this event.
Seems to have done okay. Not that satisfied. All right. Frankie Bono. What do you think, Sammy?
Frankie's the shortest man in the contest.
Also a showman.
He is. Now, you would think that having shorter arms would be an advantage here. It's more of the muscular insertions that make the difference.
I wonder if the weight of the tattoos has anything to do with this competition.
Right. As always, you say a nice intellectual comment. Now, you can see Frankie's going deep within himself, trying to ignore the pain. He looks very solid here, Paul.
Very concentrated.
Frankie is an enormously strong presser, very strong in the shoulders.
Now, bachelor's degree.
That's something to get in university, Paul.
I understand. I wouldn't know that. I didn't make it past high school, by the way.
He's a personal trainer.
No laughing matter for Frankie. 47.12 seconds, rather.
Seems a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see here, he's got good height, but you can see him giving out there. And
I think the level has to do with the stopping the clock here. Next up is Jean-Pierre Houle, one of the 2 brothers.
Jean-Pierre Houle is only 22 years old. He's a very strong bench presser. This is going to serve him well. He's very, very strong in the anterior.
Look at the eyes. Means business.
He's concentrating. Jean-Pierre is an automobile esthetician.
I thought that was your job, Sam.
No comment.
Yes. Let's not talk about your wonderful set of wheels there, Sam.
Once again, back
No
to the
comment.
He trains in powerlifting. He's doing very well here. You can see the arm shake. He tends to have extensive elbows.
There goes the left arm. All right. Is that going to be it? Wow. Good timing.
Wow, that's an excellent time.
55.46 seconds.
You know, I think when you hold the record, it's always an honor to have other athletes trying to beat it. And if someone succeeds, you know, I will be proud because I own that record for a while. And if nobody succeeds, then it just means that I'm still the strongest on that event.
Here's the big boy, Dominic Villieu.
Yep, look at the size of his upper arm.
I can't believe it. Look at the size of his fingers, his wrist. I wonder if he has any brothers and sisters.
He has a sister, and let's just put it this way, she's of good size. When I first met this young man, he was 345 pounds about 4 years ago.
Now, this event will give his injured leg a break here.
Well, it all depends how he stands on it. But these are not heavy weights to lift, say, as in a stone lift.
Look at the might of this man. No neck whatsoever. No neck. Head, shoulders. He's doing it. 49.18. Doesn't look too happy with his
No,
timing.
he doesn't.
Here's Steve Bourgeois. I wonder if him and Hugo Girard would go head-to-head on this event.
That's a good question.
I think we should set up this challenge here, Sammy.
Well, you can set up the challenge. I'll sit by and watch.
yeah, and I'll send you to talk to Hugo and ask him if he'd do it.
Steve's doing very well here. Actually, I wrote an article on this event. You can check it out on www.strongestman.com. Got a lot of good information about strongmen on that site. You can see that he's really concentrating. There's a lot of lactic acid buildup there in the front delts. The biceps also take a beating, depending on whether or not you have hyperextensive elbows.
Now, what's the breathing like in this event?
You want to keep your breathing fairly regular. See how his arms are coming in?
Yeah, that's it. 48.56.
He should have got a little warning there.
Doesn't seem to be happy with the ref's call.
I lost a little bit of concentration on that. I thought maybe he'd give me a warning if I wasn't straight, but they called my time. I mean, it's a tough event, but easy. Not too hard, so the hard ones are yet to come.
Indeed. Jason Polanc.
Quebec's strongest man. Now look at Jessen's elbows. He does have hyperextensive elbows. This is just brute
Look
strength
at the
here.
biceps.
You know what his nickname is, Paul?
Nope.
The Myth. You know why?
The myth.
Because when he does the old Sergio Oliva bodybuilding pose, putting his arms over his head, he looks absolutely awesome. He's concentrating hard. Jessen has particularly long arms and
Now,
legs.
does he have a girlfriend screaming louder than
That's
anyone else?
Roxanne screaming in the background.
Yeah,
You can hear her.
I figured. She's giving him the dime. Sammy, concentration here's a factor.
Oh, definitely. He's trying really hard to keep his arms level.
Yeah, you can see the right arm going.
That's right.
Oh, no, the ref is... Yeah,
Stop the
that's
race
it.
back.
52.43 seconds.
He should have got a warning there, I believe.
All right, here's the best block for the second event. Jean-Pierre Houle in the lead with 55.46 seconds, followed by Jason Polanc and Dominic Villieu. Let's recap the score after two events. Jason Polanc in the lead with 23 points, and there's a triple tie for the second spot. Jean-Pierre Houle, Dominic Villieu, and Steve Bourgeois all tied up. Don't touch that dial. The DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series continues in a moment on TSN.
The biggest and most important muscles in this contest are mostly the legs and the lower back and the midsection, the abdominals.
Here is the third event, the Super Yoke. Sammy.
That's what Jesse was referring to here. The super yoke puts the bar across your traps like in a squat position. You have to walk 100 feet with an 800-pound yoke.
800 pounds?
2 engine blocks.
Have you tried this? Come on, talk
Of course
to us.
I have.
Sure you did. All right. There's a race factor in this event as well, Sammy.
Yeah, stability is a big factor here because those yokes, those engine blocks act like pendula. They're oscillating back and forth. So balance is a big factor here. This is Christian Savoie and Jesse Snaden. Look at the development in Jesse.
And they're allowed to drop it and pick it up again, right?
That's right, that's right. They can drop it and pick it back up again as long as they don't slide the thing across the floor. Now, this is a race for time, but if they can't make it all the way to the end, we measure their distance.
I'm getting one serious neck ache just looking at these boys there, Sammy. Seriously, come on.
This is a very grueling event. Jesse's still going.
Struggling here. There you go, the primal scream. Not helping. Good time, 46.84.
Yeah.
Now they have 90 seconds to finish the event, am I right?
You're absolutely right. Christian's still struggling away. He's actually an expert at wheelbarrow competition.
You know what I really enjoy about these competitions is the brotherhood. The fact that one helps the other. There's no real competition.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of sportsmanship in strongman, and it's wonderful to see.
Roberto St. Pierre faces
Martin Tremblay. Now, Roberto, remember, is a bench press champion. He's done 551 pounds at the 198-pound class. He hasn't been doing a lot of squats and deadlifts until recently for a strongman competition.
Look at the size of this thing.
Oh, 800 pounds, Paul. Now, Martin's moving very methodically. You'll find that there's two styles here.
Good shot, good angle.
A lot of guys will get it up easily and then have difficulty walking with it. Others will find great difficulty getting it up and then walk very slowly, methodically. Now, that was a view from the yoke cam, actually. We had a little camera on the yoke. And
you can see the stress put on the knees here.
Oh, definitely here. I mean, this stresses the entire body. It's like walking out of the squat rack with the bar and continuing to walk with it, basically. And that's a thick bar, too. It's very difficult to balance. You're basically balancing these two pendula and walking. Now watch. They really need to concentrate here. You've got to be in shape, especially in the midsection, to handle this. You have to have strong abs, Paul.
Which I don't, by the way.
No kidding.
Thanks.
Hey, don't mention it, man. Anyway, take a look at Roberto here. He managed to veer off a little bit sideways. You can see he's having a little bit of difficulty controlling his lower body. Now,
I'd have a hard time with the horizontal bar. That would be probably too much for me.
Yeah, you got that right. Anyway, Martin put in a good effort. So did Roberto. The time has expired. This is a new endeavor for Roberto.
Frankie versus
Stéphane Boucher.
Look at Frankie go. Look at this guy go.
This is an event where it does pay off to have a shorter stature, shorter arms and legs. But Frankie,
look at him go.
Incredibly strong.
He's practically running with the bar.
He's doing a great job. He's staying very methodical.
Got to be careful. If that thing topples over, what happens?
Well, you probably break the yoke cam.
Yeah, among other things. He's happy. He's a happy boy.
He is. Now, I'm impressed here with Stéphane Boucher. He's long and lean, 6'2", 245 pounds. Doesn't have a lot of mass. Frankie weighs the same, and he's only 5'7.5".
Both good times, if you ask me.
Now, look at Frankie go.
Look at him go.
He's being very careful about his stepping, very methodical. No weaknesses here. He's like a rock in his upper body.
I can't believe the speed.
Very good technique. We got Daniel Hull.
And we also have...
That's going to be Yannick Normandin. Now, Yannick is a very strong squatter, so there's an advantage here for him. He squats well over 700.
Okay, there's a drop here.
That's right. But Daniel, Jean-Pierre's his brother, picked it right back up. He's got a very high bar position. You can see he's got a low bar position there, Yannick. Very low in his trap. That's due to his powerlifting background. Daniel's going to have a little more trouble controlling the yoke if he keeps it that high.
I can't believe the size of this thing.
There we go.
31.90 seconds.
Very, very good performance by Yannick. The yoke cam here is showing them some distress in the performance of Daniel.
Now, what happens if they don't finish the event on time, within the 90 seconds?
We simply measure the distance traveled. That's all, and compare it to other competitors who haven't finished the event as well.
He's struggling.
He is.
He is struggling.
He's got to be a little tighter in the upper body. This is a very, very difficult event, Paul. I mean, taking 800 pounds out of the squat rack is one thing.
Once again, the fellowship.
Walking with it, that's right. Yannick.
Yeah, inviting the crowd to get into it.
Cheering on his fellow competitor. No, it's given Danielle juice. Let him go.
Yeah.
Now, stability is an issue here, Paul. You said it yourself. If you fall with that,
He's done it within 90 seconds.
He did, and I think Yannick's cheering had something to do with it.
Yeah.
You got Steve Bourgeois versus Dominic Filiou.
Now let's see if size isn't everything.
There goes Steve. Again, very methodical. See how he keeps his elbows back? Now watch Dominic. Look at that. That is easy.
Look at the speed again.
Now he's got to be careful of that knee. Remember, it dislocated in training a little while ago. Dominic is moving well. For a rather tall man, he's keeping very, very good control of it. Very agile man for 410 pounds.
What's it? Okay.
See, it looks like he didn't quite finish. He didn't quite cross the line.
I don't think he did.
Now, Steve did finish. Both of them knocked their yokes over. I wonder what the yoke cam's doing right now. Dominic is being made to continue the event. He did not cross the line. Fatal miscalculation there. Very easy performance for him.
Oh, the refs are being booed.
The crowd doesn't like it.
I don't think he does either. He would have won this bout.
Yes, he would have. That was a fatal miscalculation. Now watch here. The yoke does not completely cross the line.
And topples back.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is.
Here's Danielle's brother, Jean-Pierre. He has a powerlifting background, and Jesse.
Look at this guy go.
Quebec's strongest man. This man is determined. He's one of Hugo Girard's training partners. When I met this young man, he was 260 pounds and was tossing 90-kilogram beer kegs with one hand. Today, at 310 pounds, he's trying to be the three-time Quebec strongman champion.
A little bit of a struggle here. A little bit of a struggle. He's done very well. 27.78 seconds.
Well, Justin should be happy with that performance, although he did drop the yoke once. Now, Jean-Pierre is struggling. Remember, Jean-Pierre only weighs 230 pounds. He's 5'9". The short stature can be an advantage in this event if you know how to use it, like many of these strongman events.
I can't believe these guys can actually lift 3 times their own weight, or just about 3 times their own weight.
Now you see he's got powerlifting knee wraps on his knees, and once again that's to protect.
He's got less than 30 seconds to finish.
Give him a little more spring in his knees. They don't help that much in this event. The crowd's really behind him here. He's lifting it less and less far with each attempt.
Yeah, his knees are giving in too.
And Paul, his time's running out.
Yeah.
There's the line. He's almost there. Justin's trying to cheer him on.
Is he gonna make it?
I hope so. Just a little more.
Oh!
Unfortunate. What an effort, though, eh, Paul?
Yeah, indeed. Best time for this event. Frankie Bono holds the lead, 18.46 seconds, followed by Steve Bourgeois and Jason Poland. Recapping, after 3 events, best points. Jason Poland with 33, followed by Steve Bourgeois with 31 and Dominic Filiou with 27. Don't go away. The DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series continues on TSN after this break. Oh, yeah, much more excitement to come. But first, Strongman Profile, a presentation of ProLab.
I'm Steve Bourgeois. I'm from Montreal. 6'3", 330. I like sports that are tough and not the sports that are difficult and not everybody can do. I mean, I like, and this is a prime example of a sport where it's so tough that you'll see very few people competing in this. And it's a sport that I enjoy doing because it's really hard, and mentally you have to be strong to get through the training and especially in the competition.
That's the first time I win.
My best event is probably the fact that I don't have any really bad events. So everything is not great, but I don't have anything that I'm really bad at. Just try my best. That's what I can do. That's all I can do. Yeah, there's nothing normal about what we do, and I'm glad that the people think that it's kind of crazy sport, and we're glad to do it. And if it entertains people, I'm happy. It entertains me every day.
There we are backstage with Steve the Model Bourgeois.
Okay, fourth event, the deadlift hold Sammy.
Paul, this is another extremely grueling event in the tradition of the crucifix. Each contestant has to lift up the back of a 3,000-pound car and support it for time in the deadlift position.
Christian Savoie facing Martin Tremblay.
And Martin's having trouble getting it off the ground. He has a very, very limited time getting it off the ground. It's about a 700-pound trap bar deadlift.
Let's see, is he going to try again, or that's it?
No, that's it, unfortunately. Now, Christian is on his own. It does help to be facing a competitor. He has a big guy, 6'4", 290 pounds. He's good at the wheelbarrow lift, which is very similar.
He's good at screaming, too. Good set of pipes there, buddy.
Yeah, you'd be screaming, too, Paul, if you were lifting the back of a car.
There you go. He's done it. 37.40 seconds.
Not a bad performance there. Very, very hard on the traps, erectors, glutes, abs, and grip as well, even though they're strapped to the bar.
Now, one of the smallest guys, Stefan, faces Dominic here, who's the heaviest guy.
Take a look at this. This is the difference between a 240-pound man and a 410-pound man. Look at the size difference.
Oh, look at him shake. Look at him shake.
Strong. Stefan has a powerlifting background. Dominic is holding out very, very
Dominic is not moving.
No, he's like a rock.
Look at him.
There's a little smile there.
It's not I don't think it's a smile there, Sammy. Looks like some kind of a breathing technique.
That was a pretty good lift there by Stefan Boucher.
Yeah, at 31.71 seconds. There's Dominic. Dominic doesn't seem to be smiling,
Now you
Sammy.
can see his grip seems to be going a little bit there on his right hand.
He's hanging on.
Now they've got straps on, so that grip is not a factor, but
Come on.
he's relying on that strap a little too much. There it goes.
Big boy's done it. The big boy with 56.62 seconds.
It looked like that right strap gave way on him there. When you lose your grip, the strap is going to come off. Take a look at that right hand there,
Look
Paul.
at the replay, yeah.
Watch it.
There it goes. Now, was it him who dropped it, or the strap itself went?
The strap gave way. You can't hold on with one hand. You just can't.
All right, Jean-Pierre Houle now faces
Roberto St. Pierre. Roberto, with his bench press background, once again, new territory for him. He did get the car up rather easily, though.
Roberto's a little older, though, maybe a little more mature in the competition.
Roberto's technique is quite good. Jean-Pierre.
There goes Jean-Pierre. 19.56 seconds. He is not a happy camper.
Paul, the pain is very difficult to tolerate in this event. And unless you've done it, there's no way to describe it, let me tell you. You feel like you've got the world on your shoulders.
You see this breathing technique again I was telling you about. These are not smiles. They are not smiling.
Hey, humor me.
Now he's smiling. 36.78 seconds.
The thing is, it's best not to move around. Try and stay as tight as possible.
Jesse Snadden faces.
Well, Jesse's having difficulty getting
Danielle Houle is already up.
It's surprising. You'll find many competitors can get the weight up very easily, but then have difficulty holding it, much like the farmer's walk. Then you will have competitors that can get the weight up with great difficulty and then can hold it for a minute.
He's leading on the car casually.
He's there to support his fellow competitor.
That's what I really, really like, and I stress the point once again, crowd support and fellowship as well.
Exactly. A lot of sportsmanship in this sport.
31.43 seconds.
These times are really close, Paul. Be interesting to see what the final score is going to be on this event.
Going to be a close call.
There we got Frankie Bono.
Yes, sir. Oh, there's a matchup.
Now, Frankie's short stature may be an advantage here as well. Now, he's wrapped his biceps and forearms.
Yeah, but Steve's got the experience. He's got the crowd as well.
That's right.
But they're both crowd pleasers, don't get me wrong here. All right, this we have to see. We got to check this out. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's got that confident look on him.
That's right. Now, Frankie's wrapped his arms that way to increase the pressure, protects his biceps, protects his forearms.
Does that give him an edge?
It gives a little bit of an edge, but it's a personal preference as well. Some competitors don't like to be restricted in that way. It also restricts blood flow.
Steve is not moving. He's like a rock.
Steve is in a different place right now, Paul, let me tell you.
He's in the zone.
Frankie's shifting a little bit there. You can see he's starting to give way. But you're absolutely right. Steve is in the zone. He's perfectly erect. Look at his position.
Yeah.
Very, very good position there.
straight stance.
Shoulders in a natural position, although pulled down due to the weight. Arms.
I can feel it going.
Steve's legs, excellent position, as well as his head and neck. This man's a technician.
He does not move. He does not move. They're both doing very well. Good time on this one, but Steve picks it up, and he's not done yet. He hasn't dropped it.
He's not. He's pleasing himself and the crowd.
Look at this, 86.06 seconds. I have never seen this.
That was a painful event. Normally it's my legs that kind of feel it, but this was just so much stretching on my arms. It was very tough. But managed to hang on, and felt like after 20 seconds I was going to drop it, but toughed it out, went to my happy place, and it turned out all right. I'm happy.
Calls the zone the happy place?
The happy place. You've got Jessen versus Yannick here. Now, Jessen, he's looking up, trying to concentrate. Yannick's also going to what would be his happy place.
Yeah, indeed. They're both gone.
Now, I would like to mention that the world record in this event is held by one of the top Americans, Whit Baskin. Now, notice that Jessen is shifting. That's probably not the best strategy. Sometimes you don't lift off quite the way you want to.
They're both shifting.
Now, in any case, Whit Baskin was involved in a serious car accident over a year and a half ago, nearly lost his life, and I would like to say from the strongman community, Whit Baskin, welcome back. He just competed at the Oklahoma Strongest Man. Welcome back, Whit. Now, Yannick is done, but he's still encouraging Jessen.
Look at Jessen go. I thought he was going to lose it at one point, but he's still up there.
This man has it where it counts, and that's in his head. Let me tell you.
Come on, come on.
Can really push an event when he needs to. Look at the stretching in his traps.
Can you feel the pressure?
Look at the stretching in his traps. That's it.
And that is it.
What an effort.
67.45 seconds. Beautiful performance. Here are the times after the deadlift hold. Steve Bourgeois was 86.06 seconds in the lead, followed by Frankie Bono and Jessen Paulin. Recapping after 4 events, tied for first place, Steve Bourgeois and Jessen Paulin with 43 points, followed by Frankie Bono at third with 37 points. Don't go away. The DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series continues right after the break on TSN.
The champion! Back to back to back! The champion is going down. Woo!
Oh, yeah, Sammy, they're tied. Steve and Jessen.
It's come right down to the last event, the arm-over-arm pull, Paul.
Describe it. I got to know. I want to know.
These guys have to pull a chariot, which I have on good authority, is 18,363 pounds.
And not unlike your chariot, right?
That's right, Paul. We're going to have a little talk after this contest.
Yeah, fine.
In any case...
Want to step outside there, son?
Anytime, Paul,
Okay,
anytime.
we're just kidding, folks.
You've
Don't
got
worry
kids.
about it.
Don't talk like that, man.
Okay. As Yannick continues to pull the best he can.
Now, this implement here weighs 18,363 pounds. It consists of a wagon with 2 blocks of aluminum that weigh in excess of 5,000 pounds apiece. In other words, it's very heavy.
Yeah, no kidding. But he seems to be doing well.
He's got 90 seconds to pull it 100 feet, Paul. But you're right, he is doing well. The trick here is to use as much leg and lower back as
what's
possible.
this? What's this, Sammy? What's he doing?
He's standing up.
Can he do that? He's allowed
to do that. He can get a better position. He'll squat down deep, use as much leg as he can, and pull with all his might. And the trick is to not let it slow down. If he lets it slow down or stop, it becomes very difficult to get it moving faster again.
Does the whole chariot have to cross the finish line?
No. In fact, it doesn't. But you can see now, Yannick...
Yeah, he lost the momentum right there.
He did. He weighs 305 pounds. It's a level surface. There's a lot of factors that can come into play here, and you can see he's got that big rope wrapped around his
a little discouraged as well. Come on.
He's extremely tired. This is a very difficult event.
I'm sure the folks at home want to scream for him too, don't they?
Definitely, definitely.
14.9 meters. Seems very disappointed.
Now you can see
Given
here,
the rest
using
of the weight.
a lot of leg. And that's very good technique here, especially considering he has a very big squat. And he has to move his hands very quickly to keep up with the rope and keep the object moving.
Here's the big boy, Dominic Filiu. You think weight is going to be a big factor here?
Weight does help in this particular event, Paul, quite a bit. It allows him to get the object moving. Now, you have to watch out for that knee. Now, you can see
I was just going to say that.
he's letting his knees flare out, which is a good position for him due to his bulk, and he's moving his hands well. He also trains with Hugo Girard and Jessen, so we've got some good technicians there to help him out.
What does a guy like this, I was talking about diet earlier on, but what does a guy like this eat before a competition like today?
Why don't you ask him, Paul?
I'll get right on that, Sammy.
He was sitting in the front seat of my car one day, and he filled the front seat, so much so my partner Liz couldn't see out the windshield, and she was sitting in the back seat.
Is that it? Is that it?
Oh, look, okay, so he's standing up. Now watch the technique. He's going to lean back, and this is where...
Dropping his weight.
This is where weight makes a difference, Paul.
Yeah.
Now, grip is a factor here. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You
he
see
loves
that?
the grip.
Grip is a factor here as well. It's a very, very thick rope. It's rough. He's re-chalking his hands.
Yeah.
He's trying to reset himself and use what time he has left.
He's got that look. Look at the mean look on his face. He
this young
means
man
business.
has come a long way in the last few years. He still hasn't scratched the surface of his potential.
And he's one of the younger boys as well. Don't forget, give him another 10 years.
Absolutely. I tell you, just a matter of time before Dominic Filliou rises to the top. Now he's having
doing it.
problems. Yeah, he's trying to keep it moving. Oh, unfortunately.
no.
When he let it stop,
Oh, he is not happy.
All that inertia.
14.6 meters.
to get that going again. And here's Jessen.
Okay, one of the two top fellas.
Big pull to get it going. Good technique. Now watch, Jessen is enormously strong in the arms and legs. His limbs are very, very strong. So he's going to be capitalizing on those strengths.
And he's vying for the top spot. Don't forget, Steve and Jessen are tied for number one.
There, it's coming down to this event for the two, for the title of Quebec's strongest man. Now, Jessen is also known to be very, very strong in the hands. Enormous grip. So he's also capitalizing on that. Now, look at his technique. See how his toes are flared out? That's almost a sumo style of pull.
And he's not losing momentum.
He's not. He's being very smart about this. He's keeping it moving. He's using that powerful mind of his. Look at that. It's still moving. It's still moving.
The chariot is not a coaster.
No, it's moving very well here. Look at that. And he finished.
He's done it. He's done it. He was going on. He was going to bring it all the way to the base.
Now, that means an awful lot. Steve is going to have to equal or better that performance to win this contest.
Yes! 27 meters. Unbelievable.
That was awesome. Look at the replay here. Hand speed, moving well. His legs are spread wide. You can't see his feet position, but you can tell he's using a lot of leg here.
That's my championship. I gave it all I got. And I hope it's enough to still remain the champion.
He wants it. There's the opponent.
The pressure's really on Steve right now. Good, big, long pull. All these guys have trained with one another at one point. Steve's driven down from Montreal to the Ottawa-Gatineau area to train with Jessen and Hugo. So, you know, his technique is going to be very similar. Good technique. He's a great technician. See the foot spacing?
And once again, they can't let the chariot stop.
Exactly. They can't let it slow down or stop. Stopping is bad. Now, you can see he's trying to use his legs and back. He's leaning way back. He's trying to use more legs than Jessen. Jessen is very strong in the lower back. Steve here is relying a little more on his leg strength, you can see.
And they can't afford to let the cable loosen up.
No, exactly. That's why they have to have good hand speed. Keep their hands moving.
He's struggling. He's struggling. Steve is struggling.
Steve is a fighter. He's a true warrior. He will not give up. I know him well.
Come on. Come on. The crowd's got to get into this.
Look at that.
Oh, he's having a tough time.
It's still moving, Paul. It's still moving. You wonder what's going through his head.
Is that it?
A little shake of the head there. I think he realizes that the first place might be eluding him, but he's still putting on a show. He's still trying.
He does not give up. He does not want to drop it.
You know, Paul, until the final placings, you really don't know where you're going to end up. You have to go right to the end. There's a saying in powerlifting, the meat don't end until the bar hits the floor, and it's very much like that in strongman.
Did you come up with that line?
No, I did not. I did not.
I didn't think you could either.
Oh, we'll have a talk later. Take a look at that. He's absolutely exhausted.
14.5 meters. Yeah, Jessen is still in the lead with 27 meters, followed by Christian Savoie and Yannick Normandin. Don't go away, folks. The final score as we wrap up the DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series after the break on TSN.
tried my best, and the better man came out on top today. So, that's the way it goes.
And the judges have tabulated the final score. Jensen Poland, big winner with 55 points, followed by Steve Bourgeois and Dominic Beaulieu.
We've got Frankie Bonneau in fourth place, and remember, the top 4 in this contest get to go to the Canadians. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go and interview the champion.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Enjoy.
Justin, congratulations. You are now the 2002 Quebec strongest man. How does it feel?
Feels great. Last year, I didn't really have to celebrate. This year, the guys were all giving their best. And hats off to Big Steve for his performance. And hats off to everybody gave their best.
Try to force feed him the mic there, Sammy, or what?
Yeah, I'll force feed you the mic, Paul.
That's all for today, folks. On behalf of Sam Dubé, I'm Paul Beauregard. Thanks for joining us for the DeWalt Canadian Strength Athlete Series on TSN.